shelf was meant to display Mary herself. Mary froze in disbelief. Mike went on to explain that this was the wall with the best view in the entire mansion, offering a direct line of sight to the pool, and whenever he looked up from his work, he could see her. Mary initially tried to refuse, saying she still had her career to think about, but Mike brushed it off, telling her to quit her job and focus on sitting on the shelf as his showpiece. Seeing her hesitation, Mike kept complimenting her, saying how gorgeous and unique she was. Finally, he even promised that if Mary sat obediently on the shelf every day, he'd reward her with KFC daily. The prospect of KFC sealed the deal, and Mary agreed to his bizarre request. She climbed the ladder up to the high shelf as Mike thoughtfully handed her a pillow. Just like that, banking on her stunning looks, Mary settled into her new perch. 3 days later, they tied the knot and wedding guests showered Mary with congratulations. Mary basked in happiness, feeling like the luckiest woman alive. 3 months into their marriage, Mary had grown accustomed to doing yoga on the shelf while Mike worked below, occasionally sneaking glances at her. Although her entire life revolved around the shelf, Mike constantly surprised her with gifts. An expensive diamond necklace one day, a bouquet of flowers the next. But the honeymoon phase didn't last long. When Mary eagerly awaited her next surprise, Mike came home and she stared at him wide-eyed, only to receive a casual air kiss. Even the household staff began mocking her, saying Mike had grown tired of her. Days turned into weeks, and Mike couldn't even be bothered to glance her way anymore. Desperate to recapture his attention, Mary changed into a carefully selected dress and casually hummed a tune, only to be coldly shut down by Mike, who told her not to distract him from his work. She tried striking up conversations, but he only gave half-hearted responses. Mary's heart sank as tears streamed down her face. Eventually, no matter how much effort she put into her appearance, Mike wouldn't even look up. He even had the staff turn his desk around to face away from her. Mary's face was etched with disappointment. She finally realized that Mike no longer cared, and that love really could fade away. 3 years passed, and Mike hadn't come home in ages. No one knew where he was, and even the household staff had disappeared. With no one to care for her, Mary screamed into the empty rooms like a madwoman. Reflecting on this disastrous marriage, she made up her mind to leave. But after 3 years on that high shelf, the 6-foot drop felt like a 100-foot plunge. Still, nothing could shake Mary's determination to escape. Taking a deep breath, she leaped from the shelf and landed below. Fortunately, Mary didn't suffer any life-threatening injuries. But after so long without touching the ground, she could barely walk. Like an infant, she gripped the sofa with both hands just to steady herself. Slowly, Mary shuffled her feet and finally made it out of the room. The moment she breathed in fresh air, she felt an overwhelming sense of relief and joy. As Mary gradually regained her ability to walk, she giddily rushed back to put on her shoes and bolted outside. She bounced down the street like a child seeing the world for the first time, her carefree demeanor drawing stares from passersby. Mary even hopped on a stranger's motorcycle, danced with people on the street, and practiced yoga with random folks. She skipped all the way to the beach and ran headlong into the ocean, only to be quickly knocked back to reality by the waves. Mary trudged along the street looking disheveled, with nowhere to go. Then she spotted a makeup shop and walked straight in, instinctively pulling her hair back. Mary picked up a makeup brush from the counter and began touching up her appearance. She remembered her mother always saying that no matter what, one must stay beautiful. Beauty is what gives you a foothold in this world. Her skilled makeup technique caught the attention of a makeup artist nearby. When the artist asked about her profession, Mary was at a loss for words and could only say she was a vase, like her husband's trophy. The makeup artist immediately understood her situation and encouraged her to live joyfully.